Steve Wiltshire with Body Temple. That's bodytemplellc.com. Today is your day for wellness transformation. What if you look better, feel better, have more energy, more clarity, all because you plugged in this week? This is my VIP week with Mr. Tim James, and that means a whole health makeover because I'm starting my Body Temple community in just a couple of weeks. And this is my way of giving back. And it all came from 10 years ago, my wife coming to me and my son after 2 weeks of contemplating, after she was diagnosed with 3rd stage breast cancer, and said, I have 3rd stage breast cancer, I decided I want to heal myself. This is what I want to do. And I remember looking at my son and seeing the tears in his eyes and thinking, she's going to heal herself. And I knew nothing about that. I had no idea what that meant, what that journey was going to mean. And watching her find the greatest resources and transforming her health, and then Tim coming into play and growing her wheatgrass and sprouts, and he was on his own personal journey. And then 3 years later, me being diagnosed with prostate cancer, and here I was really, really healthy. I thought I was really, really healthy, but everything that I was learning about bodybuilding and these so-called experts was all BS. And I had inflammation in my body, and I was running, I was working out. Everything that I was learning was just like a lie. I'm just going to put it out there, right? And so we started in this journey almost like God had this message from us, wanted to move this message into the world. And so I want you to know, over the next 7 days, my $10,000 investment. Why did I spend $10,000 on this? Because I want to take my health to another level, and I decided I want to go ahead and videotape aspects of this and share this with you. So this is day one, and day one we are talking about what's going on in my kitchen, and I thought I was doing pretty good until today. And I'm doing pretty good for most part, but he saw some areas that I just have habits around that I can't let go of.
Steve,
and many of you are just kind of saying, no, it's just gonna say digestive. Like, you guys don't understand. If you think you can't get rid of your gut, it's just gonna shift even without working out or exercise. Like, if you do eat the way that he's going to show you how to eat, your weight's going to come off like that. So, Mr. Tim James, take it over and say hi to Lily behind the camera. Woo! Woo! Start commenting, give us some likes, give us some loves. Lily's got it too. You should see how lean she is. Go, guy.
All right, Steve, thank you so much. So I am super pumped to be here for Steve's 7-day VIP home makeover.
Woo!
Totally stoked. He's going all in, and when people are ready to transform, that's when I light up, because they're going to do what we just show them what to do. This is our lifestyle. I used to be 38 pounds overweight, had a whole lot of health issues, not going to get all of them, my gut issues, skin issues, all this stuff, had an organ removed, was able to turn it all around. And a big part of that was what I was putting in my body, specifically my nutrition. And so today we're just going to go through Steve's kitchen, and we're going to show you some of the stuff that he's been consuming that were causing some of his inflammation issues. And we're going to show you some very simple, easy replacements. Okay, we're just going to dive into this.
I'm saying goodbye to my rice.
Yeah.
I'm saying goodbye to my rice.
It's okay. And
we all think rice is good. Brown rice is good.
Right,
Boy, don't you know.
So
I didn't know.
This guy was like Mr. Oregon bodybuilder. He looked like Schwarzenegger back in the day. I mean, huge muscles and all that stuff. And what did they tell you about protein? How important is protein?
Oh.
Okay.
Lie, lie, lie.
Okay.
The powder you spend money on,
I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but the deal is when does a human being put on the most muscle in their lifetime? When is that? It's from birth until 2 years old. And what should a human be consuming during that period of time? It's mother's breast milk. What's the content of protein? It's about 6 to 8%. By volume is protein. So yes, you need protein, but it needs to be high quality protein that's already broken down into amino acid forms. That's what you get from your mother's breast milk. There's a big myth out there about proteins. You still need it, but you just need high quality, and you need less of it, and then you're going to have less gut issues, and you're going to have less inflammation. And that's how Steve was able to heal himself a few years ago when we started working together.
And I think a lot of you think protein is meat. That's what we bought into.
Yes. But what did the cow eat? What did the chicken eat? What did the turkey eat to build that muscle?
Grass.
Plants.
Yeah.
Plants. So let's just get into this. So some easy switches in the beginning. Typically in the beginning, like Steve's doing oatmeal every morning, standard issue. And then during lunches and dinners, he's doing these fancy like brown rices, right? Fancy brown rice and stuff like that, or white rice, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you really quickly, here's the stuff to avoid. Wheat, rice, oats, and barley. Wheat, rice, oats, and barley. Why would you want to avoid that? Because it's been commercialized. It's been hybridized. Hybridized means it's been spliced with this plant to that plant to that plant. It's so molecular, dense, and jacked up, it doesn't work with your body anymore, and there's a whole bunch of other side effects that you get. The problem with oatmeal is it's like eating a bowl of sugar. Okay, that's what it is. That's why you like it. It converts to sugar in your mouth. So what do we replace that with? We replace oatmeal with something very simple like quinoa in the morning. This is a seed. A lot of people think it's a grain. It's a seed that's, it has a good high quality protein in it. You could also replace oatmeal with teff. Now, for those of you that know what malt meal is, teff is it's like an Egyptian, no, excuse me, it's an Ethiopian grain, very small, and it kind of tastes like malt meal. It's delicious, and you're going to actually love it more than oatmeal. So those are two easy switches for oatmeal, quinoa and teff. Now, for rice, what I do with my clients to get people off the rice is we just go right to things like quinoa. We go to things like mung beans. And we go to things like lentils. Lentils is an example, and I'm going to bring up this protein thing because everybody's been talking about it for so long, and we're so, ingrained in it. There is just as much protein in a lentil, but it's all digestible, okay? It's all digestible. And now there's companies like these that are popping up because, like I said, people are changing industry with their pocketbooks. These lentils are actually sprouted. Lily, can you see that where we show them?
Wow.
It says sprouted. What does that mean? What that means is they soaked it in water first. They released those natural insecticides or protectants, which are like an inherent poison to keep the last bug from eating it. And they become on average 8 times more digestible. Just by soaking your nuts, seeds, grains, and beans in water first, you eliminate the natural insecticides and you increase the nutritional value.
How do people really know that, right?
Of percentiles. What's going to happen? What does that mean? You're going to eat less. You're going to get more nutrition. Your grocery bill is going to drop, and you're going to feel better, and you're going to flatten your stomach. Your energy is going to go through the roof. Now, if you were to go like all in, you would take like these lentils. You'd buy them from a farmer. These are red, green, and French lentils. There's mung beans in here and fenugreek. And then this is what happens after you soak them and then sprout them for a few days. This is the highest quality foods that you're going to eat, and you can just mix these into your salads and stuff like that. Now, if you don't have time or you don't have the desire in the beginning to sprout, because that's what we're doing over here at Steve's house, because he wants to go to level 10, that's level 10, sprouting your foods in your homes. These can be ready to eat, guys, in 2.5 days in your house. Then the next best step is to go to a company like True Roots. Let them do the sprouting first, and then you can go ahead and cook these. Okay, that would be, look, this would be the gold medal. No, excuse me, this would be the silver medal, right?
Yeah, right.
That's gold medal, this is the silver medal, right? And then after that, that's easy. If you want to, you can take quinoa like this. It takes a little bit more work. You got to soak it first and then cook it, right? So those are ways to get some good protein sources, really good carbohydrate sources, and good fat sources into your body.
So I want to jump in for a minute and just say that, I know that all of us are just overwhelmed with distractions and stuff going on in life, and I just think that we live like we're never going to be the one that gets sick. We live like, if you're on pharmaceutical drugs, there's one of your hints right there.
Check body light.
Yep, you're right now, if you're on pharmaceutical drugs, it's your indication that things are going to get worse generally before they get better. And I know that I have one fear that I've turned into an absolute faith in my life, and that is I don't want to deal with getting sick. And I'll tell you why, because I like vitality, I like feeling good, I like independence, I like freedom, and people don't live life with looking at the future. Prevention is doing the thing that you know you need to do so you don't have to deal with the thing that you don't want. And what I've learned is that it's simple steps, and you feel better, you end up having more abundant energy. Yes. I mean, you're always happy, both of these two. They're always happy, they're always in a great spirit, and what you put in your body is ultimately where you end up. And it's what you've done for me is you've taught me in these baby steps. Like, I never really thought I would be growing sprouts. I mean, I'm growing sprouts, and I've been wanting to do that for a couple of years, and I made up in my mind that it's just complicated. It's really not that complicated, right?
It's just,
and you're gonna
it's different, and you're so busy in your life that it's too much because we have too much going on.
I left a Starbucks meeting with my social media guy, and this guy, I just walked in my car, and this guy just like acknowledged me, and he's like, "How old are you, man?" I go, "I'm old," and he's like, 40, 41? No, like, man, I was 54, and he's like, "No way."
Yeah.
But
It's fun, isn't it?
I know my body's reverting.
You know, being a bodybuilder and doing that kind of stuff, kind of like personal training lifestyle, they're very regimented. They used to eat a bunch of eggs, they eat a bunch of tuna, they eat a bunch of turkey, maybe a little bit of beef and chicken, and that's it, right? And that's their protein source. So what we're going to switch out for those protein sources is like these lentils, mung beans, pecans, another one, these nuts. And this is a fantastic one. Look, more proof that our buying dollars drive industry. This is a new company, Living Intentions for a lot of you. They're selling activated sprouted nuts. These are unsalted almonds. So what they've done is they've taken the time to soak the almonds in water, release that insecticide or protectant that's naturally in those in the nuts, 8 times more digestible, and 100 to 800% more nutrition, which means you could eat 1 bag of these sprouted almonds and it would be equivalent to consuming 100 bags of unsprouted almonds nutritionally. Be prepared for a little sticker shock because there are more, but they have to go through that entire process. And for those of you that are busy raising kids and running businesses and dealing with, you know, sick parents, or you're sick yourself, or you know, there's so much going on in our crazy lifestyles. A lot of times soaking and sprouting is a little too much. These companies are doing it for you and making it easy. So just walk in, give your money, take it, go home, and enjoy it, and enjoy the energy and the vibrancy that you're going to get from this. Okay, another one that I want to share with people is Miracle Noodles. These are fantastic. These are in almost all stores. You can find them. They're not necessarily in the refrigerated section. They can be over in the Asian sections. And what these are is they're actually made from a shirataki root. Everybody loves noodles. I mean, do you like pasta? Everybody?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
oh gosh, yeah.
I mean, I've got a little Italian in me. I love my noodles. I love spaghetti, lasagna, and all that stuff. And guess what? The problem is that what is it mostly made of? Wheat, which is one of those 4 I said stay away from, right? Wheat, rice, oats, and barley. So how do you get right around that? Well, there's gluten-free noodles, and they're getting better and better and better. But here's the deal. With the shirataki root, you can eat as much of this as you want. There's literally no calories. There's none. There's no calories in these. But you know what this is? This is actually a good fiber, which means it's a good prebiotic to help feed that gut bacteria that we're going to show you how in later videos to clean out and recolonize. This is food for your gut. And you can have a big old pile of spaghetti,
and you're gonna lose weight.
And you can feel good about it. You're going to digest it better.
Lose weight.
It's going to feel amazing, and it's going to taste amazing. You can make this taste like pesto. You can make this taste
How's
like...
the texture though? Does it compare?
It's the same.
Yeah?
It's the same. And guess what? It takes 2 minutes. All you have to do is rinse it off, boil it in water for 2 minutes, and then you can make it into mac and cheese. You can, like I said, Alfredo sauce. You can put whatever you want into it. So simple and so easy. Let's see, what else we got over here, Steve? We've got a Cliff Bar. Okay, this company, I remember back in the day, this is before I knew much about nutrition and stuff like that. These were pretty good, and I believe what's happened is these have gotten bought out. And let me just read some ingredients on here for you. First ingredient in this healthy Cliff Bar, okay? And most of these, I'm just telling you, most protein bars, it's the same show, okay? So you can just picture, I'm not bad-mouthing Cliff or whatever. It is what it is. Most protein bars are all the same. What's the first ingredient in this healthy food you got here? Organic brown rice syrup, okay? Organic brown rice syrup, what's that mean? Sugar. It's sugar. Ingredient number 2, organic rolled oats.
Sugar.
More sugar. Next thing, organic raisins.
Sugar.
And then soy protein isolate.
Hormones.
Soy. Excess estrogens. Breast cancer, prostate cancer concerns, man boobs. Is that what you want? I don't even need to read the rest, okay? So, I'm serious. I mean, that's what it is today. So, but we're going out and we're spending our hard-earned money buying these things because we're in a hurry. It's like, oh, it's healthy, it looks good, and this guy can hang from a cliff. Well, you're going to be falling off a cliff, health-wise, if you can continue to consume.
And you're a yam. You're like a yam.
These sugar, all these sugary foods, right? So, now let's talk about your coffee addiction.
I know.
Which,
gosh, you guys, that's gonna be tough. But I'm throwing that away.
It's okay, and we're not saying that you have to give up your coffee. What we do with folks is that
I am.
But it's his decision. It's his decision. We don't recommend you quit anything. What we recommend you do is you start putting in good things into your life and let that kind of evolve and make you feel better, and your taste buds start changing. I know I used to drink twice a day. I drink my coffee for a while.
I love coffee.
And I was wondering, like, why am I so dehydrated all the time? I mean, I was drinking those big Venti deals, iced coffees in the summer and all that stuff. So, but here's the deal. This is what I learned at the Hippocrates Health Institute. What coffee does is it actually you have this myelin sheath. It's like this kind of like coating over your nerve endings, and it literally is like acid on it, and it eats that sheathing away and exposes the nerve. That's why when you first tried coffee, you probably felt jittery. But
how about adrenals? I'm curious. What does it do?
It's
with
going to blow
adrenals?
your adrenal glands out too, which is not good. So for those of you that are looking for some options or like some transition food stuff, instead of the coffee, Lily, if you want to zoom in on the coffee here. So Steve uses, I don't know what this is, what kind, it doesn't really matter. Coffee, healthy, whatever. It's still going to do that thing to your myelin sheath. And when I heard this, I'm like, that's doing that to my body? I'm out. And here's another big one. What's one of the biggest problems we're facing today with people, seniors? It's memory loss. It's memory loss. My grandpa died of Alzheimer's, dementia. I do not ever want to be doing any of that stuff to my kids, leave that problem behind. That myelin sheath is very important for your memory. So this is like anti-memory drink, if that's what you want. So what we're going to do for Steve is we're going to start him off with green tea, which he's already been doing. Has a little bit of caffeine in it, so we're going to kind of wean him off, right? So he's going to do these in the mornings and throughout the days where he'd normally do his coffee. And then at night, he's going to use this roasted dandelion root tea. This is a very dark, robust tea, and it's kind of like coffee. What'd you think about it?
I liked it.
I love it.
Yeah,
I really
it's pretty
do.
good, right?
It's excellent.
These are some very simple switcheroos you can do for that. Okay, now let's go over here and
How about our avocados? Are those at the end?
yeah, well, we can talk about these too. So these are some other things that you can eat. Sweet potatoes, very simple. You can boil them or bake them in the beginning, and then we've got avocados. Avocados are a great food, especially if you're trying to eat less meat. And here's the deal on the meat stuff, guys. I know that I'm primary plant-based, but the evolution of the human being, we mostly ate leafy greens. But I know that we would eat a little bit of meat here and there. So if you can just eat more leafy greens and more veggies, you're going to be healthier. If you want to build muscle, it's not so much the protein, it's the fats. You want to have high-quality fats. That's how you build muscle. So this is tempeh. It's frozen. We are luckily and fortunate enough to have an artisan tempeh maker. So what is tempeh? Most people think of tempeh as soy. We try to get people off of 2 beans, and the rest are good. Soybeans and black beans. And why? Because they've been so hybrid for so long and spliced with this one and that one, they're molecularly too dense. But tempeh, what it is it's a process. It's not soy. Tempeh is a process of fermentation to break down that grain or bean or seed that you're fermenting. In this case, we have lentils in here, and we have mung beans, and we have peas. So they ferment them, they make them into this nice stuff, and it comes in 1 pound bags. And then let's bring that one out. And then let's just go ahead and open the fridge up here. So this is the tempeh after it's cooked.
This is getting me off of meat. I
Oh my
mean,
God.
everybody in my family is a vegan but me. And it's just so easy to make.
It's
and
easy.
It tastes so good.
I want to eat it.
Check this
I
out.
know. We'll make you some. There we go. Yeah, right?
So good.
Look how easy it is. You buy this stuff in bulk. It stays good in your freezer for 4 months. So for meat alternatives, you got sweet potatoes, you got avocados, you got mushrooms, heavy stuff, and you have tempeh with lentils or mung beans or peas. So awesome. Garbanzo beans. There's so many things that tempeh can be made out of. So look up at your local area. See if you have an artisan tempeh maker. They're starting to pop up. Give them your money, and they will help give you back your health. So Steve on his coffee. So we had half and half.
Oh, that's going to go with the coffee.
Right?
I
This
do
is
like
a
my
dairy
half and
product. If there was one thing, because I don't like to tell people, no, you can't do that. But if there was one thing that I would say, it'd be dairy products. If you can get off of dairy products, the faster you can, the better. They're very acidic. They actually leach calcium out of your bones and gives you weak bones, osteoporosis, osteopenia. And if you want calcium, it comes from the Arjuna tree. That's where the best place is. Okay, so let's show them also some of the stuff we got today at the farmer's market. Oh, wait, so we got to do the switcheroo. So what we did for Steve, since he was making a switch, was half and half. With dairy, we switched over to a coconut creamer, non-dairy.
I'm with Tim James here at the Farmer Market, and I'm telling you, I
Yeah,
learned
man.
so much with my VIP week. Health Hacker, unbelievable. Yep, and you know what? I kind of thought my greens were great, where I was buying my greens. He's like, you know what? Local is better. Take it over, Tim. direct
Okay,
me.
yeah, so if you can see behind Steve here, this farm is ecologically farmed, local produce grown without chemical sprays or fertilizers. This is important, chemical free. So they're actually starting to advertise this now, which is really awesome because that's important. You do not want to be ingesting chemicals or to your family, yourself, and all that. So what we have here is we've got some beautiful produce. Steve, what do you want, man? You want to get some of these large Persian? Let's get some of these big bags.
Direct me, man. How many?
Grab like 6 of those because those are awesome. Maybe 7. You're going to heaven, baby.
We're going, baby.
7 to heaven. And then how about let's grab a squash. Let's grab some summer squash here. Grab a couple of those. I'll show you how to make a dish out of that. And then we've already got cabbage and stuff at home. I know you wanted to get. Oh, let's get some chard. Yeah, let's get some chard. Get a bag of that. Oh yeah, we'll make something nice out of that.
Beautiful.
Awesome. And as you can see, Steve has his sustainable bag. How do you feel about that? You're not wasting.
You know it.
Every little bit helps. Okay, and let's walk around here.
How you doing? Pretty good. Good.
Awesome. Now let's. These guys have some awesome sauces and stuff. Do you like? I want you to get one of these right here. Grab that Z-chug.
Great.
It's a spicy Middle Eastern dish. Grab a hummus. Grab one of those hummuses.
Awesome.
And then if you can grab a salsa down there.
What do you obey?
Right here, Steve.
You're a good friend. You're a good friend and partner.
Yeah, that's it right there.
You do what other people ask you to do. Something.
And then let's grab that one next to it, that chili lime.
All right.
See there, we got the spicy. Sorry, guys. Thank you. All right, and that's what we're gonna get from this place. So let's come back around here, and this lady will ring you up. Excuse me, everybody. Coming back through.
Thank you.
Beep beep. I'm going backwards.
We are set.
We're set.
Fresh, chemical free, homegrown.
Okay, so Steve,
local produce.
that wraps it up from a locally grown, without chemicals, without chemical sprays.
You
and
would not believe
fertilizers.
how much you save by just buying healthy food. You
Yeah.
save so much money.
You save in so many ways.
You do.
You save money because it's less expensive.
You save bloating.
The food is more nutritious, so you don't have to eat as much. Therefore, it's less cost, and you actually save your soul. You save your planet. It's just.
And you saw some of the things that were in my cupboards.
Yeah, that's
I
okay.
kinda got caught,
Everybody's
you know, a
there.
little
Everybody,
bit,
you didn't get
you know.
caught. That's just the way it
I have
is.
this thing that if I eat clean, I have no bloating. I'm kind of feeling like this is more like Health Hacker just in day one, because I am seeing some areas that I know I need to take my health to the next level. Ironically, I spent 10 grand on this, and one of the reasons for that is I know myself, and I'm not gonna have the conviction and power unless I feel like I'm walking my talk. And we have our brand new Body Temple community that just launched. The exciting part about that is that you are gonna see this whole week, because I actually was gonna do it for myself, and then I thought, I'm just gonna actually include everybody in my first week of my Body Temple launch. And if you're seeing this video, if it's shared, you gotta pop on over to facebook.com/Body Temple LLC. So, many of you that have followed me in my coaching career know I love Trader Joe's. I am like a loyalist to Trader Joe's because I'm all about the extraordinary experience. But a lot of the things that I've been buying at Trader Joe's, it kind of felt like they were, like, especially all my nuts. I love their nuts, but they're not sprouted, and I'm learning that it's not really that good for your digestive system. And so I'm getting my butt kicked this week, and Tim is gonna take you into Natural Grocers. I'm gonna tell you what you were gonna learn from this man is all part of this whole movement. I wouldn't be doing this without Tim and Sheila Goligly. They are by far one of the greatest international experts in the world. And the thing is, if you want to live a really long life, you want to make really good choices. And without your health, your relationships suffer, your finances suffer, you don't even feel like you're in the mood, let's face it. So he's gonna take us into the store. We're gonna be able to kind of check out some of his best practices for shopping. And what you're gonna realize as you start to hang out with us in the Body Temple community, you're gonna learn a lot about gut cleanse. You're gonna access to his work, Gut Cleanse Manual, food combinations. Oh my God, people don't get it. The American standard meal is such BS. I'm gonna be quiet and let Tim take us in the store, and we're gonna stop the video, we're gonna stitch the other part on, and you're gonna see him do some major shopping, and this is where I'm gonna get health hacked, which means I'm gonna get spanked. Not really liking that, right? And here it goes. I'm gonna get my butt kicked. Hang out with me.
All right, guys, we're inside of a local grocery store here in Portland, Oregon. Actually, Beaverton. I'm with Steve Wiltshire. We're doing some of his, what he calls health hacking. And what we're gonna do today is kind of look at some labels and give you some ideas. And
he's gonna talk to me, right? Because this is my session.
Oh, okay.
And we just got done with my video. We're gonna talk to me too.
Yes. So Steve, what we're gonna be doing here, Steve, is reading labels. Do not look at the front. You only read the label, and that's the only thing you were missing, Steve, over at Trader Joe's. So, a perfect example.
They kind of talk about how you get manipulated by the front, right?
Yeah, it's marketing. It's marketing. The front is marketing. The back is what's in it, and that's all you care about. So let's just grab this one right here. This is a sunflower oil.
And I so didn't get olive oil pressed.
That's okay. So organic sunflower oil, and you can see right here it says organic sunflower oil. Right there. If they can see that, and it's kind of blurry.
Yeah.
But the problem is it says expeller pressed. Okay, for oils, an expeller machine is a high pressure machine to push the oil out, and that's going to heat it, and then that oil is going to turn into what's called a lipid peroxide. That's a known carcinogen or cancer causer. So we're going to avoid that. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab an oil like this that's also organic, but more important is that it's unrefined, unfiltered, and first cold pressed. So cold pressed, so it's not going to be heated, therefore no lipid peroxide, no cancer. Simple. And the other thing is when we're preparing things that you don't want to cook your oils. You want to cook your stuff in a pan and then add the oils after it's done cooking with, and you kind of mix in the seasonings with it. That's the hack. That's a major hack, right?
Beautiful.
So it's huge. Okay, now let's come over here and look at some condiments. One thing, since it's right here, some more brag stuff is this apple cider vinegar. For those of you that like to lose weight and just feel good, if you have stiffness in your joints, this is really good. Just mix this with some water and drink it once, twice, 3 times a day. Just a teaspoon and 12 to 16 ounces of water. And it's going to really help you out. It's pretty awesome. Perhaps just do not mix it with your salad, because even a good raw apple cider vinegar like this, when you put it in your salad, vinegar cancels out digestive enzymes, and it's going to create fermentation and gut rot. And a lot of people, what do they put in their salad, Steve?
You bet.
Vinegar and oil.
They do.
It's a gut destroyer.
It's so about knowledge.
Stay away from the vinegar in foods, but it's fantastic and very health promoting with water by itself.
An empty stomach, right?
Yes. Yes. Now, mayonnaise over here, an example. This one's made with canola oil. It's just, its original name is rapeseed oil. You just want to kind of stay away from these, because a lot of these have expeller pressed canola oil. What we just talked about, expeller pressed, heated, carcinogen. Plus this oil is most likely genetically modified, and it doesn't do good. Whole eggs, sea salt, and vinegar. Vinegar in your food. Vinegar in digestion doesn't work. So
always vinegar separate.
Yeah, and
a little bit of water and empty stomach, right?
Yes. And if you're gonna do mayonnaise, which just go over, you're gonna have to go to the refrigerated section and get one called Vegenaise.
Yeah. Why do you buy this stuff in an aisle? Like, why would I don't know that I really got that years ago. Like, you don't buy something that's sitting there on.
Well, it depends. It depends. Like, this is an example. Like, if I was
I'm talking about condiments.
Like right here. Like, if I'm gonna get a coconut oil, I'm gonna get this one right here, because it's organic, unrefined, cold pressed virgin coconut oil.
Yeah, but a coconut oil isn't a condiment, right? It's not a condiment. It's not. Coconut oil is not a condiment. Ketchup is a condiment,
sure.
Even to buy salsa. Come on, buy salsa in a can, or fresh salsa that's in a refrigerated section. We're talking about a different story. Come on, talk about it.
Okay. So let's talk about the condiments here. So it's the best. You want to do the best of the worst. So just if like mustard, if you're trying to buy mustard, just make sure it's organic and least amount of ingredients when you're reading labels. That's a good rule of thumb. If you can't pronounce what's in it, and make sure, don't buy it, and at least amount of ingredients, the better. I'll give you an example here. So like, here's this Annie's organic ketchup. This is made from tomato paste, water, cane sugar, distilled white wine vinegar, a few things. If there was another company here like Heinz, yeah, then this is going to be this is going to have high fructose corn syrup in it.
But
You wanna
Heinz
avoid
is
that.
Heinz
You
is
want to avoid that.
a long
made with
history of
glyphosate,
being in
which is
America.
Roundup.
Isn't Heinz like, oh, we're manipulated by Heinz? Is that it? Just because our
50%.
grandma put
By
it on her
weight,
hamburger.
By weight, 50% of high fructose corn syrup is Roundup. It's glyphosate.
Oh my
And that's
God!
going
Are
to
you
jack that's
serious?
gonna jack you up. So if you see high fructose corn syrup and corn syrup run, that's a highly processed sugar from a corn that's genetically modified.
Run,
You
Forrest,
definitely
run!
wanna,
Run, Forrest,
definitely wanna
run!
avoid it. So I guess the bottom line here, guys, is read the labels. Do not look at the front. Read the labels. Least amount of ingredients, the better.
Okay, so you picked up a lot of stuff from me earlier from the
Yeah, show
Saturday
the cart,
market,
show the cart.
and check it out. You got new gigs
Here's
here.
some stuff here. All our veggies, all organic, all fresh. And then the last thing here that are starting to carry now, this is a great company. It's called True Roots.
Oh, you showed us earlier.
Sprouted green lentils.
Yeah.
Freaking amazing. They're already sprouted. All you have to do is put them in water and cook them, and they're going to be 100 times more nutritious.
See, what y'all don't understand is that this is just the beginning, because he is the most articulate, detailed person in service of the truth and the end user. And so he just makes things so simple. And that's what I've been saying for so many years, and looking at all these experts and following them. Why do they make it so complicated? I don't want a 96 recipe from you in 2 days.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he has a simple approach to health. So you just be hanging out in Body Temple. We'll take good care of you. You'll hear all about our group that's awake, alert, and aware. That's going to go live in the next couple of weeks. So much going on. And Tim, you are the person that brought my vision into fruition. I want to thank you for day one. Go ahead and comment.
Thanks for having me here, Steve.
Let's share.
God
Let's
bless.
spread the good news. You got to share this. And
Like
hey,
this page.
we got a challenge for you.
Yeah, do the challenge.
Yeah,
What
what's
is
our
it?
challenge?
Let's flip it around. What's the challenge?
I would say your challenge is to go through everything in your cupboards and read the ingredients and notice what you don't understand. If you don't understand what it is, what do? When you don't understand, go Google. And then read about the ingredients and ask yourself.
Or send a question to Body Temple.
Or send the question to Body Temple. That's right, just post it. We have coaches, we'll take care of you. All right? Know what you put in your body. Have a wonderful day. End of day one. Thank you, Tim. Love and success.